Why do some people achieve their goals while others give up after just a few days? The answer is not luck, talent, or even temporary motivation. The real secret lies in consistency. That ability to commit to working every day no matter how you feel, whatever your mood, and regardless of the circumstances around you. It is the silent strength that no one sees. To get up and keep going day after day, not when it's fun or when the path is comfortable, but precisely at the moment when your body and mind scream. Not today, yet you move forward. But let's be realistic. Maintaining consistency is not easy. The mind naturally leans toward comfort, motivation fluctuates from day to day, and excuses are always ready to stop you from progressing. So you need to train yourself to keep working even when you don't feel like it, even when everything seems difficult, and even when you feel exhausted or bored. In this summary of the book, Force Yourself to Keep Going, you will learn practical strategies to overcome excuses, beat procrastination, and boost the self-discipline that keeps you steady on the path to achieving your goals. Chapter 1: Why is persistence important? Have you ever wondered why some people always succeed in their lives? Those who excel in every test, quickly advance in their careers, and maintain their health and fitness. The secret is not innate talent, money, or luck, but continuity. The author says that continuity is stronger than strength, meaning that consistent, repeated effort is much better than a huge effort made once. Let's take a realistic example. A person goes to the gym one day and works out for 3 hours, then doesn't go for the rest of the week. Compared to another person who goes daily for just 30 minutes. After a month, whose fitness do you think will be better? Of course, the person who continued daily. Let's take another clearer example. Imagine someone reads 30 pages of a book in one day only, then stops for the rest of the week, compared to another person who reads 5 pages daily consistently. At first, it may seem simple and unimportant, but after a full year, they will have finished 3,600 pages, which is about 12 full books. Imagine the amount of knowledge they will gain, how their thinking will change, their skills will develop, and their horizons will expand. This is the power of consistency. Consistency applies to all areas of life: studying, business, learning skills, or building mental strength. Every small daily step makes a big difference. But if you rely on sporadic efforts, you won't achieve results. To realize your dreams, you need small, steady actions. Professional athletes train daily, successful writers write daily, business leaders develop themselves daily. Here, consistency is not just a habit but a lifestyle. Every small daily step brings you closer to your goal. The question is not what you can do in one day, but how much you can progress with a small step daily. Many believe their biggest enemy is circumstances, time, luck, resources, but the real enemy is our mind. The writer explains that the mind acts according to habit. If you force yourself repeatedly to do something, it becomes gradually easier. At first, you will face resistance. Not now, later, I don't feel like it. These are just excuses, but once you overcome these excuses and complete a small task, you send a clear message to your mind. We do not procrastinate. For example, exercising in the morning. The first day is hard, the second day harder, but even 5 minutes of exercise is enough to teach the mind that this is necessary. Continuous repetition turns this behavior into a habit and gradually reprograms the mind. To truly change your life, you must teach your mind that working is a fixed rule, not an option. And that regularly putting yourself in the discomfort zone is the shortest path to achieve the change you dream of. Chapter 2: The Power of Tiny Habits. When we think about starting a new change or habit, we often set huge goals like I will study 2 hours daily, I will run 5 kilometers every morning, or I will work 4 extra hours every day. But what happens? The first day we are excited, the second day the enthusiasm diminishes, the third day we don't feel like it, and on the fourth day we stop completely. This is the mistake most people make. They start change in a way that is too difficult for them. The author says that to achieve continuity, the start has to be by 1% every day. This is called tiny habits. Tiny habits mean taking a very small step that is hard to delay. For example, reading a book for just 10 minutes daily, learning a new skill 10 minutes per day, writing 1 page in your book daily, doing push-ups for 5 minutes every morning. You might wonder, how do these small steps make a difference? Here lies the secret. Small steps make big changes because they are easy, can be repeated continuously, and give you momentum. Imagine a drop of water falling daily on a stone. Eventually, it penetrates the stone. This is how tiny habits work. They gradually reprogram your mind, behavior, and routine. Every small task you accomplish grants you a daily victory, and these small victories accumulate and increase self-confidence and discipline. And as you continue with tiny habits, these small steps turn into big habits. 10 minutes of reading gradually turns into 30 minutes. Learning a new skill 10 minutes daily gradually turns into mastering it completely. Writing one page in your book daily gradually becomes an entire book. Tiny habits are the secret to long-term success because they do not cause mental or physical fatigue and increase your self-respect. So you have two choices. The first is to improve by 1% every day and gradually approach being a successful person. The second is to decline by 1% every day, and after a year you find yourself behind where you used to be. The choice is in your hands today. Think about it. If you improve by just 1% every day for 365 days, where will you be on this day next year? And if you continue to be lazy, where will you be? Your future is not determined by your big decisions, but by your small daily decisions. So the next time you start a new habit, think big but start small. Chapter 3: Create a routine and stick to it. So far, we have learned that consistency is the backbone of success, that the mind is like a muscle requiring daily training, and that small changes create big results. However, a common mistake most people make is focusing too much on goals and neglecting the systems. Think for a moment how many people at the beginning of the new year set a goal like, "This year I will become fit," or "This year I will excel in my studies," or "This year I will save money," but what happens after a few weeks? These goals disappear. The gym membership card remains tucked away in the drawer. The enthusiasm for studying wanes and money is spent again on unnecessary things. Why does this happen? Because goals are just a destination, but the path that leads to them consists of systems. For example, imagine you set a goal, "I want to lose 10 kilograms. This goal by itself will not make you lose weight. So what achieves the result then? The system is like a daily routine of exercises, a healthy diet plan, and the habit of consistency. In other words, the goal is the result, while the system is the process that gets you to that result. Think of the athlete who won the gold medal at the Olympics and the athlete who withdrew halfway. Your goal for both was to win the gold medal, yet why did the first succeed and the second fail? Because the difference was in the systems. Who had the better training schedule? Who created the right environment? Who stuck to small daily improvements? That person won. The author says goals have the strongest ally: routine. Why? Because routine turns every task from a tiring decision into an automatic habit. Instead of asking yourself every day, "Should I exercise today?" or "Should I study now or later?" these questions disappear because your daily schedule decides for you. For example, if your day has no routine, you may find yourself lost, sometimes waking up at 7 and other times at 10. You waste half your day on Instagram or TikTok. Then the day ends with you trapped in frustration because you didn't accomplish what you wanted. But if you commit to a clear routine, you will live your day with focus and organized structure. For example, waking up at 5 for dawn prayer, from 6 to 7 a full hour of exercise, 2 focus sessions for study or work until 9. Then in the evening you learn a new skill to develop yourself, followed by a deep, peaceful sleep at 10 o'clock at night. At that point you become master of your day, not your day master of you. Routine gives you system grants focus, and focus generates productivity. But here is the crucial point: setting the system alone is not enough. What's more important is to stick to it no matter your mood. Every time you succeed in respecting your system, you send a strong message to your brain saying, "I am a person who keeps their word." This feeling boosts your self-confidence and makes others see you as a disciplined and reliable person. Always remember, discipline is not a restriction that confines you, but a wing that gives you true freedom. Without a clear routine, your energy will be drained by small decisions. But with a steady routine, you will maintain your focus, multiply your productivity, and build a new identity for yourself. The identity of the organized, consistent, and effective person. The simple and strong routine is the foundation of continuity, and continuity is the bridge that takes you from an ordinary person to an extraordinary one. Chapter 4: Tracking and Self-Analysis. Have you ever felt like you're running with all your might, but the finish line moves farther away instead of getting closer? You work hard, toil and get tired, stay up late and put in the effort, only to find in the end that you are still standing in the same place where you started. Why does that happen? The answer is clear and simple. We work and get tired, but we don't track or measure our steps. The author says, everything that can be measured can be improved. meaning if you do not record daily what you did, how much you accomplished when you stopped and when you progressed, then your growth will remain just an illusion or an unclear guess. So what does tracking mean? It means turning your daily life into a clear board in front of you, watching your small steps and constantly recording them. Ask yourself daily, what tasks did I complete? How many hours or minutes did I work with full focus? What habit did I commit to, and which habit did I abandon or neglect? For example, if your goal is to study 30 minutes daily, simply write at the end of the day, "Today I studied 25 minutes, yesterday I completed a full 30 minutes. The day before yesterday I did not study at all." And the question is why? With this simplicity, the tracking process begins, but it carries great benefits. The first benefit is motivation and visible progress. When you see in front of you on paper or on the app a clear record saying, "I have continued for 5 days," or "I have accomplished 80% of my goal this week," this visible evidence will turn into fuel for your enthusiasm. You will feel like you are building your success stone by stone, and with each day it rises higher. These small successes, even if they seem simple, create within you energy that makes you not want to stop. The second benefit is self-analysis. The data you collect about yourself isn't just numbers, it is a mirror that reveals your reality. You will know when you are most active, morning after breakfast or evening after dinner. You will discover the reasons behind your weak periods. Is it due to lack of sleep, work stress, or phone addiction? This analysis grants you self-awareness, and whoever knows themselves well can adjust and develop step by step. For example, imagine going to the gym without measuring your weight or the number of exercises you perform. After a month, you won't know if you really progressed or not. But if you record each exercise, you will clearly see that yesterday you lifted 5 kilograms, and today 7 kilograms. These small details are what build great success stories. Think of your life like your smartphone or your sports watch. The phone tracks your steps, your sleep, even your spending. Your bank account records every dirham or dollar you spend. So is it reasonable that everything around you tracks you precisely while you don't track yourself? Start today with a simple rule: track your thinking like your account. Good, because if you improve yourself by just 1% daily, within 1 year you will be 37 times better than you are now. All of this is only thanks to tracking and continuous improvement. So, if you want to bring discipline and consistency into your life, don't look for complicated solutions. Start with small steps, precise habits, and do everything. Make tracking a daily habit and analysis a way of life, and then you will see how your life changes slowly but steadily. The bottom line is that continuity means committing to work daily regardless of mood or circumstances. Discipline keeps you going even when you don't feel like it. To achieve this, you need to train your mind to overcome excuses, beat procrastination, and follow a clear daily routine. Always start small with lasting habits. Like reading for 10 minutes a day or exercising for 5 minutes, these small steps accumulate to become great achievements. Motivation may give you a start, but the system is what actually drives you toward your goals. Every day you work steadily, every small task you complete, every routine you stick to. It brings you one step closer to success and transforms you from an ordinary person into a successful one. Always remember, success is not for those who have talent or luck, but for those who have the ability to persist and be disciplined. Thank you for listening. If you liked this content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments what you found most useful. Until we meet in the next summary, keep striving for success.